Ever wonder why guys today are going their own way? Please stick around. Hi, this is the founder of Greater Wisdom, Rashad Connor. Please consider subscribing if you're interested in learning more about Red Pill relevant topics and more. Also, hit that notification bell for the latest updates. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Now let's get into the video. One of the most profound questions a person can ask a Red Pillar is, what have caused you to go your own way? Or what does that even mean? I've covered this topic on my older videos many times. I'll elaborate on it a little more though. Why is going your own way a thing in the first place? Well, men go their own way for a variety of reasons. It's not the same for every man. All men have a set of unique experiences that cause them to take the red pill. Some men may want to understand the reformed idea of what it means to be a man in today's world. We live in a world that have distorted masculine values, and men have to get back in touch with their masculine essence. Other men may go their own way simply because they ran across a blog or a book that was life-changing. I believe that the primary catalyst for a man going his own way is grief. Now hear me out. Grief can be a powerful, motivating force for significant change, especially if it's used correctly. Adversity is sometimes a requisite for rapid growth and prosperity for an individual's life. A man that is going his own way typically have experienced some form of rejection from a woman, or have been manipulated to the point where now he's holding his cards closer to him. Now, I don't believe that a man going his own way embrace victimhood. This is a misconception that people have about red pill aware men. Rejection in many cases is a blessing in disguise, as it is an opportunity to reevaluate things in your life that are most important. Rejection can also be considered a learning curve in which you can implement a new strategy that will give you the best odds for the next opportunity. A fundamental part of woman's nature that isn't talked about much in the mainstream is the idea of shit testing. This is what some MGTOWs try to avoid because some of them have the belief that women's tests are pointless, ridiculous, and evil. On the upside, MGTOWs aren't willing to entertain a woman's games and would rather prioritize themselves and things that are most important to them. A bad mental frame to get into is to try to pass a woman's test. What is a shit test anyways? A shit test is synonymous to a confidence test and a congruence test. As defined, it is a test performed on the opposite sex by saying or doing something to judge worthiness or social status. Shit tests are an existential part of the mating dance between a man and a woman. Shit tests are often used to elicit a reaction so that the person doing it can make a better judgment about your character. This can come in the forms of questions or non-questions. A good example is if you're trying to get involved in a new group of friends, usually the more popular the people are, the more likely they're going to shit test. Every popular clique or tribe have a set of criteria you have to meet in order to join. You can easily say that you're capable without being challenged or pretend to be something you're not when you're not under pressure. Shit tests are a part of human interactions to make better judgments if a person is considering to see if you two are compatible in some way. In the case of a woman may become very cold to test your mettle. A woman may even try to get you to do ridiculous things for her to test your boundaries. The primary thing that women look for in men is confidence, and this is an easy way a woman can determine if a man is truly confident in who he is. Another reason why women may test is to determine if you're truly pre-selected by other various women. In other words, do you have other options? The last thing a desirable woman wants is a total beta male, because women have ego investments in selecting higher caliber men. A woman with high sexual market value can easily assess honest signals from a man by performing a shit test. When women formulate these psychological devices, they're trying to see if you're actually the guy that they really want. In the seduction community, Shit tests are generally perceived as a good thing, as it is an opportunity for a man to demonstrate higher value. Shit tests are just a natural evolved part of our wiring, especially concerning women's. The tests are subconscious for the most part. Its purpose is to see if you're a viable sexual option or a good long-term partner. Whenever you feel like a woman is messing with your head, or she blows up on you for something trivial or for no reason at all, it's a high chance that she's shit testing you. Shit tests are the epitome of woman's hypergamy. Based on how you respond to the shit test, it's going to set the tone of the relationship. A lot of men feel like it's a woman playing manipulative mind games, and in actuality, it kind of is, except for the fact that shit tests serve a unique purpose, and that's to calibrate your sexual market value. The truth of the matter is that shit tests are meant to create sexual polarity within the relationship dynamic and to reassure a woman that she hasn't made a poor choice. Another thing that is true is that women feel a sense of validation being pursued by a guy that other women are competing for. Women in general want men that other women want and other men respect. On the other hand, once you constantly fail shit tests, a woman's respect for you will be so low that she'll either cheat on you, blatantly disrespect you, dump you, or divorce you. Over time and through experience, you'll learn to spot them and pass them with grace. Shit tests are one of the primary reasons of why men enter different parts of the manosphere. Another reason is family law. I've also mentioned this in one of my previous videos. Now, this is what I've gathered to be true. I like to also caveat this by saying that I am not an attorney of any sort, and there may be some biases, but we're going to take the MGTOW approach. The MGTOW stance is that more often than not, in civil cases such as divorce proceedings, woman gains favor of the courts due to the fact that they're the maternal figures and they're perceived as the vulnerable sex. Just because a woman is the first that usually serves primary care doesn't mean that she makes a good parent, yet alone a good mom. There are instances where the mother generally have a contempt for her kids and the father actually may serve as the better parent. Now, this is not true in every scenario, as men can be abusive, suffer from substance abuse or alcoholism, and the mother actually may serve as the most suitable parent. In family law, any property you acquire throughout the marriage is considered community property. Any property acquired outside of the marriage is considered separate property. The law states that it embraces impartiality in terms of community property, and only 9 states have strict laws concerning it. But the laws can get a little tricky, and it can fail. I would recommend each and one of you to do your research, or better yet, talk to an experienced family law attorney. There are reports and articles stating that due to women earning higher than men in their marriages, this increased the risk of divorce. One article points out that there are no financial incentives for a woman to get married, as marriage was once an opportunity for a woman to improve her economic status. Both members of the manosphere and the mainstream actually reference the second wave of feminism for this disparity. The 60s and 70s was a time where a woman can become a part of the workforce and gain promotions and high-paying careers by attaining educational credentials. The last reason is self-improvement. Some men go their own way because they need to improve themselves in terms of finances, physical health, and emotional health. Due to experiencing a drawback, some men have found that focusing on themselves, such as changing career paths, learning new skill sets, and spending their emotional energy on things that really matter, such as personal hobbies, and spending time with people that are most important, are of value. For some men, going your own way simply means to live life on your own terms without the authority of a woman. Some men find more autonomy after a divorce or a breakup by applying this principle. This is not to say that just because a man goes his own way will never enter back into the dating market. There are many different variations of a man going his own way. A red pill aware man may not be a part of the community of MGTOW, but the same principle apply, and that's to live your life on your own terms. Many people think that red pill aware men are trying to avoid women altogether. This is not entirely true, as the red pill teaches you to enhance your relationships and interactions with not only women, but with people in general. Most red pill aware men aren't anti-marriage. They are just averse to how the criminal justice system and the judiciary regulate the law, especially between a dispute between a man and a woman. There are men in the manosphere that believe that men and women are better together than they are apart, while others believe in the opposite.